everybody to a very special episode of Slay the Stars. You asked for it, we're delivering it. Our Milo and Mila one-shot date? I don't know what this is. Nobody knows what it is. Because guess what? I'm not running the game today. For the first time in Slay the Stars history, we have a guest game master, and that person is none other than our former number one fan.
Former? Oh shit!
Former.
Wait, I've been unthroned?
Yeah. The what do you call yourself? The Galactic Menace.
Yep, that'd be it.
The GM from Dude, Where's My Drift? Kay. Are you gonna say hi?
Everybody out there listening to this probably want to like, what did that guy do to earn this privilege?
Yeah, lots of bribery, blackmail.
Pledging $101 their Patreon for like 3 months in a row to be the number one.
Oh, was that
fan.
why you're former? Did you stop?
Yeah, $101
financing the podcast.
He can't single-handedly finance the podcast anymore.
Damn. So listen, folks out there, spots open. If you got an extra $100 per month burning a hole in your pocket.
Listen, you too can be my best friend and come join Slay the Stars.
You too can be the game master of Dude, Where's My Drift?
A very prestigious title. Anybody who wants to come out here and do it, I wish you the best of luck. If y'all think some of the players Grant gets on Game Master Monday are chaotic, whew, you need to listen to my show.
Some of them are your players.
Some of them are your players.
Wrong there.
And speaking of the Game Master from Game Master Monday, you know him, you love him. He's Milo, Grant Nordine.
Hello, it's me again, back by popular demand. Listen, the letters I got, you would not believe.
Look, Milo is wildly popular. He wasn't as popular as, Guzzlegorp from the collaboration.
Try living.
We don't know that Guzzlegorp is dead. He could still be alive down there in that pit.
He's not alive. He is not indeed alive. He is.
Wow,
he is dead.
we're just gonna spoil it. We're in it for everybody.
You did the interview where they confirmed he wasn't.
Yeah, that's true. Dork. That's true. I'm pretty sure you were there, Kay.
This is a great intro. We're crushing it, really.
This is really good. People are gonna love this. I'm Leah. I would hope all of you know that by now, if you're still here. I'll be playing Mila tonight, which is really exciting because she's no longer an NPC. She's a PC. Mila the PC. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to turn it over to Kay. You're driving.
Okay. Let me get my DM voice on here. Hold on. Yes.
Can you do your vocal exercises?
I was working all day long. The Bellwood used to be a place of peace and tranquility, a respite from the wars and crime of the rest of the Empire. But these past few months, rumors of corrupted creatures and outposts going quiet have grown more and more frequent. As the center of the woods grows quieter and quieter, fewer travelers from those inner outposts are seen, and more inhabitants are fleeing the former safety of the woods, diving back into the empire they once forsook. It is mid-morning when we start our adventure. On what should be a clear, blue-skied day, the embers and smoke of flames from deeper in the forest rise, clouding over the sky. And here in the outpost of Govanaith, where he once set forth into the woods with 4 companions, Milo Prospero, the gnomish alchemist, is pacing back and forth, muttering to himself, occasionally looking deeper towards the center of the woods. Years spent perfecting his craft, and yet a solution eludes him. Rumors from those who have come from deep within the woods have come, telling of a temple deep within, near the center of the corruption, where, perhaps, he may find what it is he's seeking. And returned recently to the woods, we have another familiar figure, Mila the peddler, who dispatched our heroes with the tools that they would need to hopefully vanquish the corruption, and then left the woods to wander her ways, selling and trading across the state of the Empire. And then, also in the woods, rumors spread of a pair of strange figures seen. humanoids of some type, but with skin the color of burning embers, and forever seemingly trailed by the scent of smoke and radiating an unnatural heat. Take it away.
Cool. So I'm currently pacing at the edge of the woods, right? We're not united at this point.
Nope, this is as Mila is return. Just
She's
as Mila is
returning.
starting to
Okay.
return. You can see
So,
her kind of treading out the trail on her
and
wagon.
we're in the woods, not in town, right?
Well, you're at the outpost where you had met up with her previously.
So I probably like see her cart coming up, and I just like I don't look great. I am probably a little disheveled ever since the incident in the Bellwoods a few months ago. I've really thrown myself into the research of this potion I've been working on for a long time, and I see the cart coming, and I remember that we had arranged to have a conversation, whatever you want to call it, folks. And I am looking over on my shoulder, and I see my old pal Alphonse on there, and I'm like, oh my god, this has been Alphonse. You see this, right?
Yeah, I see it.
That's right. I have
The
speak
really
with
nice
small
leaf.
beasts. Not the leaf. God, no, look. Oh, I like take his little tiny bug head and I point him in the direction of Mila's cart. And I'm just like, do you remember her?
Uh, uh um, mm, who I can't see anything. Is that a giant
I'm,
a giant? Is that something big coming at us? I think I can just barely make it out.
I'm talking to a bug. That's Mila. Mila is the only other gnome I've ever seen. And right when I'm at the cusp of figuring out this permanent polymorph thing, she just shows up. That's gotta mean something, right?
Sounds to me like it might be what's that word? Fate, like destiny. It's meant to be.
Sure, yeah, that's a thing that we believe in here, Alphonse. Okay, I reek. Oh fuck, I gotta do something.
At this point, Mila sees Milo over there as she's like coming down the trail. Her little donkey is pulling the cart, and she like, and she gets a big smile on her face and waves.
I get like my look gets like a nervous smile, and it's like, oh god, she's looking at me. I'm like talking through my teeth while I smile. She remembers me, Alphonse.
Alfonso just like chilling on your shoulder. Do you remember what type of bug he was? I don't.
A bug.
I thought he was wasn't he a fly?
Yeah, I think he was a
Was he
fly.
not a
No.
fly?
Whatever he was little, and I was entrusted with him, and I have
No,
kept
it was
him alive.
I think it was a cat. No, that's he have a cat. Does go get a cat of Mila. Who knows? I mean, he kind of like skitters across your shoulder and like climbs up on top of your head and hides in your hair.
Oh, great, thanks. Super attractive, man. Great place to hide.
Oh no, see, I got a pen. When she gets here, I'm just gonna pop out like surprise. Hi, how's it going?
I will, I'm begging you not to do that. I will give you the biggest leaf I can find if you just chill in my pocket.
But it's dark in there. It kind of smells funny.
And my hair doesn't?
Right.
Now that you mention it.
Right as he's saying, and my hair doesn't. Mila like pulls up and she hops down. She gets a little carrot out of her pocket and goes over, hands it to the donkey, and like gives it scratches on the face. And she walks over. Hey, Milo.
Mila, hi. Long time no see.
Yeah, who are you talking to?
Not a soul. Me? You know how people talk to themselves sometimes.
Alphonse pops up out of his hair.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not this bug that just popped out of my hair.
Do you have bugs in your hair?
Just the one. Just the one. You remember that goblin that gave you a caterpillar?
Oh, yeah, the weird one that had bugs all over him. Yeah. I remember him.
It's his. It was like a. I'm assuming you heard about what happened in the woods. It was like his last wish or whatever for me to watch over this guy.
Yeah, I heard that you all died.
Well,
and you're not dead. So are they all not dead too?
You know, inconclusive. I haven't gone back to the hole. I will say they have not returned. I didn't jump in because I didn't want to die. I promised.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, I feel bad for all your friends though.
Yeah, me too. It's been things have only gotten worse, if I'm being honest. There's rumors about well, let's not get too far into that. How have you been? Doing anything cool or interesting in the last like month or so?
Well, I mean, I've been trading a lot. I got to go to Morbale.
Ooh,
It was really cool. I got some really neat stuff from like old Dwarven Kingdom stuff. Um, but then when I was on the road, I heard about the refugees and stuff like that. So I was coming back to see if I could help.
that's very noble of you. Do you need help with the helping?
I, yeah, I mean, sure, but I I don't know what we can do.
Well, I'm pretty resourceful. I'm a pretty talented alchemist, so if there's anything that we can do to like help heal some folks, I'm really good at potions and concoctions, and between what you've collected and what I can create, maybe there's something we can do to help.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff that I got is more like mechanical
Sure.
in nature, but I'm sure I have stuff that could help with your alchemy.
Yeah, I mean, worth a shot, right? Um,
Yeah.
so, the last time that I saw you, we were, uh, uh, we, mm, we said we would
What?
hang out and talk about gnome stuff.
Oh, yes, we did. Do you know a lot about gnome stuff?
Not as much as I would like. I've been kind of bouncing around from place to place trying to like learn all I can, and I've wound up in a few. It's not important where I wound up. I've been trying, so I know like a little bit, but not. I'm hoping to learn more of the history. From uh. uh I find myself tongue tied around you. I'm so sorry. You you look nice.
Oh, thanks. I no, I feel the same way. Only instead of getting tongue tied, I talk really, really, really fast, and my brain just goes like 100 miles per hour because I don't get to talk to a lot of gnomes usually
Yeah,
either.
like it feels like your brain can't catch up to your mouth and then just go a little bit too fast
Yes,
and everything. Yeah, is that a gnome thing or just a
I don't know. It's really crazy though.
right?
Um, I don't know if I know enough about gnomes to like tell you everything you want to know, but I've definitely learned stuff at like libraries and things that and I talked to some of the elves and some of them are really old and they know stuff.
That's. It sounds like you know more than I do. Can we just go somewhere and do you like tea?
I love tea.
There's
We should have
we
tea.
should have tea. So we go get.
Alphonse kind of scares back out of your hair and leaning close to your ear, Milo. Hey, Milo, isn't this the person you had that little thing in your pack of?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is a fun right in the hat.
What
For
did you say?
nothing. I just said I like my hat that I'm currently wearing. Milo's wearing a hat.
Oh, yeah, it's
Just
a nice hat.
for the audience's reminder, Milo is a gnome who's wearing a Peaky Blinders style hat, a work shirt, and overalls. Uh,
Yes.
just looking like a normal guy out here, but he's a gnome. Anyway, yeah, tea. I know where there's tea. We can definitely find tea.
Okay, sure. I'll follow you.
Great. Kay, where can I get tea?
Well, it's a good thing you're on the outpost. There's a little like general store nearby that has some tables out front for when people are weary of trading. They can grab some tea from the store and go relax out in the nice forest. Though it's definitely not as aren't as many people around as there were last time you guys were here.
Right. We're a little thin lately. So, I bring us two hot teas of whatever Mila asked for, I got for her. And I sit down across the table from her and I go, okay, so I don't know a lot about our history, but I do know there used to be a lot more of us, and then something
Yeah.
happened, and now I have my entire life never met another gnome until you came to the outpost.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, so from what I can piece together, the gnomes used to be sort of centralized near the ruins of Halios. Do you know where that
Yeah,
is?
I do. I remember that.
Yeah. So that's where the gnomes used to be. That's where their hamlet used to be. Um and then right around the end of the Age of Splendor, when magic started receding from the world, something happened there, and I, from what the elves seem to think, there was like a magical explosion.
The magical explosion.
Yeah,
That's
but
odd.
everybody within, a couple mile radius was basically disintegrated when it happened. So there's no first-hand accounts of what happened in the city.
That's terrifying. So, but wait, so a magical explosion happened. Do you think it
Yeah.
was an accident with the gnomes? Because I don't. Can you do magic? I like whisper this like really low because I know what's going on out the outside. Can you do magic?
Yeah, yeah, I can do magic.
Yeah, I can too.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is like, and this is something that I've kind of kept on the down low
Okay.
a little bit. I I was born with magic.
No, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not normal
No.
here.
It's
Right?
not. It's. I like go even like lower. I'm like even more on the down low.
Yeah.
I'm not like in a great position with the law.
That's a what? What did That's like a shift? Okay,
Well,
what did
okay,
you do?
it's related, I promise. But like, you know how we can do magic, and
Yeah.
you're not supposed to do magic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
like in
keep,
some places,
I
yeah.
keep doing this thing where I do magic in the places I'm not supposed to,
But why would you do that?
cause I'm trying to. I like look around the cafe. Is there anyone else in here, Kay?
Nope.
Cool. So I
There's
like
Alphonse.
I like. So Alphonse knows my deal. So just to be safe, I like point down to like indicate go under the table, and then I like dive under the table.
She follows you.
There's a
She
squirrel
stays
under the
under.
table.
just two gnomes under the table.
Yeah, yeah.
And as I see the squirrel, sir, do you mind?
Got any nuts?
Sure, man. I just like pull some out of my pocket and throw them at him.
He scoops up into his cheek pouches and then skitters off.
I can talk to small animals. Anyway,
Me too. I can do that
the
too.
fuck?
Is that a gnome thing?
Maybe. It depends on what's on my sheet. I don't remember.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
I
gnome
know, I know.
racial trait. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Just metagaming here a little bit. So yeah, okay. I am an alchemist. I am on the cusp of figuring out a potion that lets you polymorph for as long as you want. No time limits, no side effects, no anything.
Okay. First of all, that's crazy.
Right.
Because that's like super powerful magic.
Yeah.
Like just regular polymorph that lasts for however long is like beyond most people in this world's ability.
I know, and I'm so close. And it's been kind of a labor of necessity due to all the previous, people coming after me. Because now people are like, there's a gnome who does alchemy, and I don't know how many alchemist gnomes you know, but I only know one, and it's me. So I'm.
Okay. Let me
Okay.
just interrupt you for a minute.
Yeah.
Just why? Oh, are you? Wait. So you're not going to be a gnome anymore?
Well, I mean, I could turn it on and off, right? So I'm calling it permanent, but it's something where there's a vocal component to it. It's a little unstable right now, but it'd be good for like going into hiding and starting a new life. I could look like a completely different gnome. I just want to start over. Because I've been working so hard at this, trying to figure out everything about the history and everything, and I'm worried that I fucked up real bad. So if I can just get this figured out, and then I could even like help other people who are like us, who are magical, who need to go in to hiding or start over or anything. Yeah, I feel like I said a lot in our first interaction.
No, it's okay. So I haven't been completely forthcoming with you either.
Okay,
Okay.
I think that's fair.
So I also was wanted at one point in time.
Oh,
But
Cool.
my crimes were less magic and more sticky fingers.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I mean, who hasn't, right?
Yeah. So, but like that was years
Sure.
ago. I kind of move around. I changed my name. People don't. I don't think they associate me with that life anymore. But like, I can understand wanting to be somebody new.
You changed your name?
Well, I mean, anybody who knows me now has just always known me as Mila, but that wasn't
Sure.
always my name.
I know I do
Yeah.
not mean to pry. I just want to make sure I'm addressing you correctly as we continue our
No,
conversation.
no. Yeah, Mila's good.
Mila's
Mila's
great.
fine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I haven't done that, but I've I've done some unsavory things to get the things that I need and to live the life I'm enjoying now. I was hoping the Bell Woods would shield me because the people who are looking for me can't come here, and it seems like that might not be the case for much longer.
Can I help you?
Maybe actually, I could use a second pair of hands. I found something. I found a place that I think has the last ingredient I need. If you're down for a little treasure hunt.
That's literally my favorite thing in the entire
I
world.
had a feeling.
I I call it going on a pick, you know?
Ooh, that's way more fun than what I said.
I would love to go with you because like not only could I help you, but if there's other stuff there, I could add it to my collection.
Exactly, it helps us both. Oh, this is great. This is great. Imagine how much we can learn once I finish this potion. I get like a little too excited and I stand up and whack my head on the table.
She reaches out, oh no, are you
Ah,
okay?
oh, okay. Sometimes I forget that they were very courteous to lower the table sizes here because there's little people here, and then I stood up and hit my head.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's going to like kind of like pat your head a little bit.
uh, uh, Milo tries to keep his excitement to himself. So like, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I like look behind me to see if anyone has entered the cafe since.
You see a couple pairs of legs.
Oh fuck, there's lights.
Like how close? Like close enough that maybe somebody's been listening to us?
You see them as like they're walking by and everything. Probably about 20 feet away, but they seem to be heading in towards the general store.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think they heard us. I think it's okay.
Here, grab my hand.
Take his hand.
Quick, I like grab her and we very quickly and quietly dash out of the doors.
Did you pay for those teas?
Of course I paid for the teas. I brought them over. I'm imagining it's like, can I have this? Yes, that'll be 350. And then I gave him the money, and then I brought the teas over.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
What do you take me for? I'm not gonna scam over a service worker, Kay.
Mhm. All right. So, are you guys going to head off to where Milo thinks his final ingredient is located?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow. Oh, I am also going to preemptively cast mage armor on myself, knowing that I'm going on an adventure.
That's smart. That's a smart spell to have.
Yeah.
All right. Dope.
I don't do that because I can't do that. Not in my repertoire.
Yeah, you see Mila, she before they run off, she's like, "Oh, wait, hold on."
Yeah.
And she hitches her donkey up to a hitching post. And then she goes and she's like locking all of the cabinet doors. I'm sorry, I have to make sure that people can't get into my stuff. Not even just because I don't want it stolen, but because there's stuff in here that I don't want them to get into.
Sure.
And then from the front seat, she like pulls up like the front bench of the wagon lifts up and she gets in there and she pulls out this like long knotted wood staff that she takes out. She's like, "Okay, I'm ready to go."
You're full of surprises, ain't you?
I have a thing or two up my sleeve.
Clearly. I like take my hat off and like hold my hand out for Alphonse.
Alphonse gets in your hat.
I lean down to him and go, protect the donkey.
Ah. He looks at you, looks at himself, looks over at me, looks over the donkey. Okay.
Good man, good man. I'll be back before you know it.
Maybe.
If I don't come back, at least you're the cool donkey to hang out with.
Probably, yeah, he's probably a little less weird than you. He hops over onto the donkey.
Hurtful, but fair. And we go.
So this place that you have heard rumors of is located. It is deep within the wood. It took about a day and a half of travel to make it to the tree, and you're going to go even deeper than that, which means you are going to be traveling through land that has been corrupted by whatever it is back in the wood. Putting yourselves at risk of creatures that have become blighted, whatever bizarre things that you encountered previously are potentially going to be there in your way.
I very bravely and heroically pull out my spear, and I'm just going to look at Mila and go, so the woods have gotten a little more dangerous since we found that big hole, so just, if anything happens, stay behind me.
She looks at Milo and then glances down and just sort of shakes her head. I'll be sure to do that, yeah.
It feels like there's a awkward thing here going on that I said the wrong thing, but I'm going to ignore it. I'm putting a brave face on.
As any young male with a crush on a young female will do.
I who said that? It'd be
All right. So, to try and avoid blighted creatures or whatnot as you wander through, you all can make some stealth checks.
Oh goody, stealth. What is my stealth?
Oh, yes.
Oh, hell yeah. Natural 20 for a total of 26.
32.
Oh shit. She even sneakier. Even at my sneakiest.
And then, Milo, I need you to make me a survival check.
I'm good at that too.
I'm going to guide him.
Okay. So you get a d4 on this as well.
Okay, here we go.
I picture this like Milo's trying to find his way, and Mila just like goes up behind him, puts her hand on his shoulder, and there's just like a slight tingle warmth on his shoulder, and she's like, "It's okay, you got this."
It must have made him nervous, and I rolled a total of 11. Oh yeah, she's on my shoulder. Okay, don't blow this.
All right. So as you two begin to just carefully make your way through the underbrush and sticking to what shadow areas you can find through the woods, as you go deeper into the Bellwoods, the trees start to lose their healthy appearances. You see more where bark is starting to slough off, revealing not wood beneath, but some kind of bizarre fleshy appearing looking material. Some where it looks like trees, rather than being the nice healthy brown that you would expect, they're looking a bit more red or gray and splashes of blight. You stumble across various deer and bears and rabbits and some other smaller animals and some larger ones that look like they've just been torn to pieces and bits by larger creatures, or they have been, and they're just death everywhere. The pungent smell of decay just starts radiating as you make your way deeper and deeper into the woods, to the point where it's honestly a little unsettling just how constant that overly sweet, rotting smell it is starting to get.
I swear it wasn't this bad the last time I scoped out this area. The blight's getting worse, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that it wasn't good, but this is beyond what I expected.
Yeah, same here. You said there's a fleshy thing? Do I recognize that?
It does look kind of similar to what became the Elder Tree, but on a much smaller scale.
Okay. So I like make a mental note of that, and I'm just like, hey, Mila, do you remember when you were saying that you were working on something that you thought might cure the blight?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying some things, but I sent the elixir that I had with you guys.
Do I still have that? I'm trying to remember who you gave the elixir to. I think it
I'm gonna
was
be
used. I think
honest.
you're right, Kay.
I think it was used.
Yeah,
It
because
was not. I
it
know
was
it was
not.
not used.
It
I
wasn't.
don't remember who she gave it to.
I thought she gave it to Milo.
That does check out. I
You
feel
know
like
what?
it
Let's
was
go to the tape.
me. Play it back.
Play back the tape.
Look,
If we're wrong, we're wrong.
I'm fairly certain it was Milo.
Okay,
Fairly certain because this makes sense that because he was the one who asked about the potions and stuff like that.
that's
So
right.
I'm
Everyone
pretty
else
sure
on their
she gave
own
it to
fucking
Milo.
planet.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Milo.
Okay, if the DM says so, then I agree.
Yeah.
The person who makes and edits this fucking show. Anyway, so when she mentions that she gave the elixir to us to fix, that does jog my memory, and I open my satchel up, and I'm still kind of like dig through it here. You hear like some bottles clanking and stuff, and I pull it out, and like I still have it.
Oh yeah, that one. I mean, that's the closest I've come so far. The other ones that I've made, I've tried and haven't worked. They haven't worked. So maybe.
How much do you think I would have?
I mean, you have like one flask
One flask worth?
full.
Okay.
And do with it
Sick.
what you will. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. K, this area, you said it's past where we went in the Bell Woods, right?
Yeah, you're heading deeper into the woods this time. It's going to take you, like I said, about 2 days of travel to get there.
Sure. Can I make some kind of check to see if there's like a clear origin point in this area for the blight, since we're going so deep into it and it's getting worse, like maybe it's stronger at the source kind of a deal?
Mm, I'll call that nature.
What a good answer. What a good boy. Dirty 20. The dirtiest 20.
At this point, you are getting closer to where the tree was, and it does seem the corruption is growing stronger as you get closer and closer to where the pit now is.
Well, the pit is. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, not a fun thing for Milo to be back at. um,
The path that you had originally plotted out for where you think this thing was going to take you kind of in a loop around where the clearing where the tree was.
okay.
But as you're kind of wandering and leading Mila through the woods and checking your path every now and then, checking the stars and looking at the trees and trying to be sneaky and everything like that, you suddenly find yourself poking your head out into the clearing where the giant tree was.
Just a morbid curiosity.
More you got lost.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, fine. Um, what can I do? um, I look at Mila and I go, wait, something's different. This wasn't the path I was supposed to. No, this
But this
wasn't.
is this is where the tree was.
Yeah, I was supposed to go around this part. How did I get here?
What happened to the tree?
Oh, the tree tried to kill us, so we had to fight back against it. It was blighted. It was blighted bad.
But okay.
It
There's a
was
big hole in the ground where it used to be.
right. Yeah, that inconclusive. If that was us, when we were trying to get rid of the monster that was essentially coming out of it and attacking us, when we defeated it, the tree just kind of, for lack of a better word, it just crumbled around as it disappeared. It was gone. Now this pit is all that's here. This is where the other uh, four who were with me went in.
And they didn't come out?
No, they've not come out.
And it's been 3 months?
It's been 3 months, and I don't know if they have water or food or light, for that matter, down there. So I have to assume the worst. It's not been a fun 3 months without you here, Mila.
I'm sorry. That's terrible.
Yeah, they asked me to go down with them, and sometimes I think about why didn't I? I should have been a team player. But then I'm also like, if I'm, this might be forward, but the thought of you coming back prevented me from wanting to go in there. So while I do have these moments of weakness where I regret not going with my friends, now that you're here, I stand by my choice.
I'm really glad you didn't go.
I just kind of like smirk at you. I'm kind of just like looking over the field here, and I'm holding the elixir, and I'm looking at Mila, and I'm like, I feel that the problem's beyond the hole, so I don't think we should use it here. But I also may have dragged you preemptively. This is going to be a long journey, and I'm not sure where to set up camp per se. I mean, I have stuff for setting up a camp, but the blight has gotten so bad that I'm not sure we can stay here.
Yeah, I don't think we should stay here. This is too dangerous.
Yeah. Can I can I perceive if there's any danger in the area?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I also try to perceive if there's any danger in
Please
the
do, because I rolled
area?
an 11.
Mila's perception is not that good, so...
Same. You'd think.
No, they're smart. They're not perceptive. Okay,
I
but
got a 0 in
roll-
charisma.
My roll's not terrible. 15 total.
So that was an 11 and a 15.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So as you guys are kind of poking your heads out into the edge of this clearing and looking across it to where the hole now lies, you notice there is a lot of movement in this clearing.
Don't like that. I
Don't
don't
like
like
that at
it.
Some of it seems to be just smaller creatures. Like you see signs of what appear to be blighted wolves. You also see what seem to be a creature that neither of you has ever seen on this plane of existence.
Just Cassie dropping that, just so you know, there's a horrible beast.
That sounds bad.
I don't like that. What is that? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. We should get away from here.
Yeah, we really should. Okay. Where would be a good away from here? It's the question
Yeah,
I'm grappling with.
we should sneak away from here right now.
I agree. I very agree.
Yeah, the creatures on the ground that you see, if you look like they're not from this plane of existence at all.
What's it doing?
There's probably, as you kind of look, there's probably like 3 or 4 packs of around half a dozen or so roaming around the clearing.
Of the same thing?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And they have a very bizarre kind of movement because like they seem to be very long, and they have what looks like some kind of hard armored shell across their head and back and on the 2 arms they have. The 2 arms also end in a single claw, and they have a nice long, leathery, spiky looking tail coming up the backside.
Milo, these don't look like things that are native to the wood.
We're gonna have to get around them and go further in. I feel if we double back, we're gonna lose more time, and if we stay here, they're gonna come after us. We have to get out of their area.
I have an idea. Do you trust me?
More than me right now.
I am going to grab Milo's hand and I'm going to cast invisibility at 3rd level
Hell yeah.
so that I can target both of us.
Dope.
And we're going to be invisible.
All right, go ahead and make me some stealth checks. Have an extra plus time for being invisible.
I'm going to whisper to Milo. I have a hold of his hand. And I'm going to say, don't let go of my hand so I don't lose you.
Okay. Are you gonna make us invisible?
Yeah, we're invisible.
Okay, great. Cool. I'm making a stealth check, you said?
And you get an extra plus 10 for being invisible.
An extra plus 10 for a total of 27.
38.
Cool.
What did Milo get?
27. I've got a plus 7 in stealth.
I have a plus 13.
Nice. Fucking nice.
As the two of you start to move away again, just instinctively you kind of look up. You both look over your shoulder at one point, and as you started to move, one of the packs that is closest to you almost seems to freeze in place, and it looks like they're starting to turn towards your general direction. But after a moment, you guys are kind of just freezing there. They start to wander off again, and you're able to safely make your way off.
Okay. Okay.
That was the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
It's up there for me. It's definitely up there. Especially
did
with the... We did it, though, yeah. We're like still holding hands, whispering to each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So we... How far have we traveled to this point?
With the detour, if you wanted to spend like another couple of hours as it is starting to get dark outside, still traveling, you feel like you'd be able to make it to the place where you're heading by near the end of the next day.
To the end of the next day? Okay, so I look at Mila and I just go, okay, so sun's starting to go down, so we can probably get a little bit further if you want, but I know that was stressful, so if you want to, like, stay here and then continue on in the morning, that's also fine.
No. Let's keep going. It was
Okay.
stressful, but like in a good way.
Yeah, right? Like, let's get your juices going.
Yeah. And we still, my spell will last like an hour at least, so we can get as far as we can.
Perfect, and I can see in the dark. Can you see in the dark?
Yeah, I can see in the dark.
Great!
Wait, is that a gnome thing
It
too?
must be a gnome thing!
Oh my god!
Like jumping up and down together.
Oh, you're jumping up and down together, you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
Emotionally.
Emotionally jumping up and down.
Shut up, Kay. Let us have our fucking moment.
Oh, you're causing tremors in the ground, you say?
Oh god.
I mean, we're two little gnomes. I'm all of 3 feet tall, and if
That's
you want to
true.
know my weight, I definitely wrote it. It's 50 pounds.
Listen, a gentleman never asks how much a lady weighs, okay?
A gentleman who doesn't want a gentleman to give him ground snakes for being jumpy reveals his own weight.
Wow. You guys are able to go. Like I said, after an hour, the invisibility wears off. Do you keep going at that point, or do you look around for a place to camp?
I look at Mila and go, so this is embarrassing to mention, but I also know how to turn invisible.
Oh!
Not as good as you do, though. I can cast. I can cast it. Hello, here I am just doing that thing where I talk about the thing again. Yeah, I'm able to like make myself invisible. I've never tried it with another person though, so we have that option if you want to keep going. But it is getting kind of dark.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I could cast it on I could do it myself, or you could try to do it on both of us.
Why
That'd be
not?
fun. Yeah.
Why not? So just logistically, I have invisibility as a 2nd level spell, but I can cast it at a higher level. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I do that. So I re-grab her hand, and I cast invisible as a 3rd level spell, and we go another hour into the woods.
Right, as you go another hour into the woods and get further and further away from the former world tree, the corruption, I mean, it's still fairly evident here and there. You still see solid signs of blight spreading across the tree and the very small critters that you pass on your way, but it does seem to be not quite as potent. You know,
Okay.
like fully engulfing everything versus there's just a little bit of not corrupted here.
Sure. This is more what I was anticipating. We seem to be back on track at least.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel a little safer camping here.
Yeah,
for the night.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go get us some firewood.
Okay. I'll try to find a nice flat ground for us to make a camp on, so it's not uncomfy.
Great, perfect. I'm trying to find an unblighted piece of log or tree that I can get to use for firewood.
Roll me some survival checks.
Survival.
Uh-huh.
Gonna
That's fair.
guide myself. Oh, that's not good. 12 total.
21 total, and I rolled a natural 20.
Woo!
Aha.
Mila, you're used to sleeping in your wagon.
Yeah.
You find what looks to be a nice spot where you'd be able to lay down or relax and go test it out yourself. And unfortunately, there's just a giant rock right in the middle of one of the two spots where you think it might be able to lay down.
The worst.
The worst.
The other one
There's
has
just roots.
Yep. Meanwhile, Milo, you find a nice clean spot where you can get some wood where you could potentially build a fire with. There's a little bit of an overhang, it's a copse of trees that seems to have somehow weathered the blight so thus far, and they're kind of growing in tightly, and they're pine trees, so like their needles are really low to the ground as well, and they create a nice little cozy area that kind of slip in between a couple of the trunks, and you kind of blocked off from people seeing you.
Cool. So I do all that. I bring the fire back. I get the shelter set up, and I'm like, Mila, check this out. There's so much good wood here.
Okay, I'm glad you're having more luck than me.
I could build a goddamn cabin.
I can't find any. There's not a single flat piece of ground here. It's all roots and rocks and mud.
Okay. You know what? That's okay. Let me... Hang on, I'm doing a thing. I feel like I have a thing for this. Nope. I thought I had a thing for that, but I do not. So, I'm going to use a combination of things here to set up the shelter and stuff. So I'm just like gonna do a combination of my mage hand cantrip and my firebolt cantrip. Many hands make light work, yada yada yada. I'm trying to use the mage hand as well to like pat down the ground to see if we can like delumpify it a little bit. Just like doing my best, and I look at Mila and I go, well, it's not perfect, but it is hidden, and we will be warm.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
Great. I turn around and I'm looking at it, and then I go, I am sorry, I am so used to building shelter for one. It might be a little snug in there.
It's fine. I mean, it'll just be warmer, and we'll be closer to each other, so if something attacks us, easier to help.
Good point. Very rational, good point.
Yeah.
So, I escort her into our campsite for the evening. Nope.
Dope.
Nope.
Dope with a D.
Oh, dope. I'm just like, why? How dare you? They said he was mean, but I didn't know it was that mean.
And so the two of you are able to get a nice long rest, sleep the rest of the night away, and wake up early with the dawn, and continue on your way.
Hooray, I got my spell slot back.
Yay.
My one spell slot that I burned.
Woo.
Well, you rolled too good on your stealth checks.
Damn right.
We did.
Motherfucker.
Baller.
Okay. So I just kind of like do a big little guy stretch. And I crack my back and I put my backpack on and I'm like, all right, only one more day to go.
Easy. We got
Easy.
this.
Yeah, we've been through worse.
So much worse. And Mila clearly has not been through so much worse.
Milo's like, anything that we encounter out there is not as bad as going to prison. Don't ask me why.
Wait, have you been to prison? Do you hear that noise?
Yeah, that guttural laughing from the woods.
Yeah, that's probably nothing to worry about, right?
I feel like we're just making fun of Kay, but what if he has something planned?
Me have something planned? Never.
Never. To answer your question, yeah, I've been in a few prisons. I've escaped from a few prisons. Might increase the desire people have to catch me.
What? I mean, okay, we have to talk about that though.
We got a long day's walk ahead of us, so I mean, I'm open book here.
You busted out of prison? Like, I want to hear. What's the craziest way that you ever broke out of prison?
Oh gosh. Okay, so The craziest way I've busted out of prison is while I was in prison, I learned the spell disguise self. So
Oh, yeah,
I made myself look like this, like a smaller version of a guard, and I was like, "Hey, you gotta let me out of here. One of the inmates locked me in." So I and then they let me out. I did a whole patrol for like a week. I just like got used to them and stuff, and I just waited until they were like, "Hey, we have to go pick up the food orders for this week so we can feed these cretins." And I volunteered to do it, and they never saw me again.
yeah. Wait, so you didn't just turn to the guard and then leave. You actually spent a week working as a
Well,
guard?
I had to earn their trust because what if they're like, "Hey, where'd that little guard go?" Now they're all looking for a guard, right? But if I go on a journey and to be fair, listen, every road in this nation is perilous, right? If
Yeah,
if the
that's
if the
true.
new guard who just got here, who has a habit of being locked in a cell by one of the inmates, went to go to the food run and just didn't come back, he died, as far
Yeah,
as they know.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, that's that's so smart. You are so smart.
Thank you. It was a lot easier than the spoon thing I had to do.
Wait, what did you do with a spoon?
Well, I dug out of one prison. Now, to be fair, low security prison. They barely cared.
Wait, you did it with a spoon though?
That's all I had. I was still young. I had gotten busted for stealing something out of the artifice shop. It's not important, but I was in there and I didn't want to be in there. And you hear stories about criminals breaking out with spoons, so I just gave it a shot.
Well, like, how long did that take though to like dig a hole big enough to squeeze through with a spoon?
Oh, longer than I care to admit. I still can't use spoons to eat.
Yeah.
I've
Oh
been
no.
eating like soup with a ladle.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or just like dumping it in your mouth. Sometimes I do that when I'm driving. Just
Yeah, yeah, you gotta like just shotgun that thing. I mean, we don't have
Aren't
shotguns,
ladles
but
just giant spoons?
yeah, but they're different. They have like listen, God, they at least a ladle is nothing more than a bowl with a handle.
oh yeah. You know what? For gnomes,
For
true.
gnomes,
For
listen,
true, true,
Okay,
true.
that's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good point.
yeah. So this like just walking you through this wrecked forest.
Mhm.
Hey, you've been around a lot of places and you've had your own history and things. What's one of the coolest things you've ever found and stashed?
Okay, 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 okay. But this wasn't technically legal.
I mean, I just told you I broke out of prison on no fewer than two occasions, so
Okay,
legality
okay.
is not a concern to me.
Okay. So, are you familiar with like the former monarchy of the empire?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. So, the last queen of the empire, Queen Rose, okay?
Hmm.
All of her jewelry and jewels and stuff like that are kept in like fancy cases inside of the old palace, and you can like go there and see them like a museum. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, at one point in time, I went in there like on a tour. You know what I mean? And they make you stand on these weird conveyor belts that they like drive past because they don't want you to like stay and loiter too long.
Right, yeah, of
Okay?
course.
Okay. So I jammed one of them so that it stopped, and then nobody knew what to do because people like didn't want to like walk because they were supposed to be on the conveyor belt, and like the guards were all confused, and they're like, and so while they were doing that, I like crept over to one of the little cases, and I just like got my little hand up in there, and I got a single earring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that. Fuck the monarchs, honestly.
yeah, for real. Like, fuck all those rich people, but
Yeah.
yes,
But you said that you're a genius because you have the mechanical know-how, you have him distracted, you took one of those valuable pieces in the entire kingdom. Like, are you
yeah.
kidding me? You're a
Listen,
genius.
listen. When I say earring, I mean like the emerald on this earring was the size of like my fist.
That's the one for the paintings.
Yeah.
All the paintings of her have those earrings.
Yeah, it's wild. I I could have retired that day on that steel alone,
Do
but
you
I
still have
didn't.
it?
No, Okay, I have a soft spot for orphans because I was one.
Fair.
You get
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
So, also I like selling stuff like that is really hard because it's very well known. So I had to take it to like a chop shop and they broke it down into multiple little pieces. And then
Uh,
I kind of sold it off through like some fences. And then I gave the money to the orphanage because I felt a little bad. But
I mean,
it
yeah.
was so cool.
It's cool to do that, though. Honestly, I'd rather you do that than, I don't know, sell it back to the Empire or something.
Yeah, I mean, because like that feels like it doesn't really benefit anybody.
No. I was an orphan too, so I appreciate that you were an orphan. Is that a gnome thing?
Well, I maybe. I mean,
Maybe by default, since
do
we don't
you
know where we
remember?
come from, really.
Yeah, do you remember your parents?
Not super well, honestly.
I don't.
I've been kind of on my own since I was really young.
Yeah, I don't. Anybody I was with was never another gnome.
Yeah,
So
a lot of taller people just kind of like looking out for me.
yeah,
I had this human mentor who just kind of like made sure I didn't fall in a sewer grate for a while. But
yeah,
no, I don't remember a parent
yeah. Me
that well.
neither.
Hmm. Well, that's a sad gnome thing that we just learned about.
Yeah.
You like almost lore, folks?
All right. The sun is beginning to set at the end of the second day as you finally break through some brush, revealing a large clearing deep within the Bell Woods. The clearing itself is just filled with dead and decaying wildflowers and grasses, and just again, the scent of rotting vegetation is just permeating through the air. At the far
Uh,
end of the clearing, there is a large stone pyramid shape rising nearly 80 feet into the air. The stones are black, and even from a distance as the sun sets, it reflects off across them, showing that it seems to have been made from obsidian. There are long, brown, dried roots creeping all along the sides of the temple, and the air surrounding it just gives off the slight sensation of foreboding, almost as if the temple itself is radiating an air of dread. But Milo, the rumors you have been chasing indicate that what you're looking for will be deep within this temple.
there it is. Somewhere in there is the last piece I need to figure out this potion.
Milo, that place looks evil, like super evil.
I know, right? Wouldn't it be fun to crack it?
Yeah, it would. We should go in there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like completely glassy eyed staring at it. It's like not even like that looks bad. Like, yeah, it does.
I don't care. We're going in.
How did they get that much obsidian here into the wood? There's not a volcano around here.
I like stop in my tracks and turn back and look at you and go, that's a great question. I also have no idea who built this.
Wait, you don't know who built it?
No. I was
Wait,
out here I was out here researching the blight and then I found this. And based on what I know about obsidian and from a little bit of me digging around in here and doing my own research at the back in the libraries, I think it might have what I'm looking for. But I can see if I can sense if there's anything diabolical coming off of it, maybe like some dark magic. Would that make us feel safer?
that's a good idea.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Dope. Nothing magical in not the temple.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Mila's brain is now churning,
Mhm.
and she is thinking about, because she is a student of history, she's thinking about the peoples of the Bellwood that she knows of and
Mhm.
the stuff that she's looked into. Can she, looking at this and the architecture of this pyramid, the fact it's made of obsidian, make any educated guess as to who may have built this?
Roll me Arcana.
Arcana,
Or
okay.
sorry, not Arcana, history.
It's the
I have this
60
right
for
open
me,
right
so
in
it
front of
doesn't
me.
matter. I'm gonna warn
Very.
you, my modifier's very high.
I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. Level 14, baby.
I'm going to guide myself. Uh, the roll wasn't great, but that's fine because I have plus 15. So
DC
15,
automatic.
22, 20, 26.
Awesome. Um,
Plus 15. The
Plus
fuck are
15.
you multi-classing with?
the fact that it's obsidian is a little bit odd because, again, as you said, there's no volcanoes near here. However, the architecture and your own kind of research into history of the Bellwood and everything like that, you are fairly certain that this seems to be a Kalashtar building or Kalashtar. Kalashtar.
Kalistar, you got it.
Okay. Like just there's some. It's very old. It is probably as old as the tree was,
Hmm.
and it looks like it's been left alone for a very, very long time.
Milo, I bet this was put here at about the same time the tree was put here.
I believe that, because if there isn't any of the topography that would make obsidian around, then it would have to be as old, if not older than the tree, right?
Hmm.
Do you know
Interesting.
anything about obsidian and woods?
No, I don't. Um, Man, I kind of wish that we'd asked some of the people, the outpost, about this. Maybe, although,
We
is
are a
that,
little excited.
yeah. Well, I mean, I just mean like, some of the people who were there, like Aerolith, and they might have had information about this. Although, does it look like there's been anybody here recently?
Nope.
Maybe it's like lost, like their people put it here, and then it's been like 2,000 years, and they forgot about it.
It's possible, and I'll be honest with you, I have not talked to anyone about this since finding it. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to find it, and I'm not going back to jail.
No,
So
I get
that's
it.
the whole reason I'm hiding out here.
Where did you hear about this? How
I
did you hear
found
about
it.
this? You just
I
found
just
it?
found it. I was researching the blight. I was trying to like go as far as I could and see how far it's been extending. And to be fair, it was a much smaller amount from the last time I came out here. And I stumbled into this place, and I got like a little bit in. And the more time I spent there, and the more I just had, call it a hunch, if you will, but I'm fairly certain that what I need is here. And I'm basing that off of nothing like this exists. I'd heard before I came to the Bellwood that the ingredient I need was somewhere in the Bellwoods, and I've been looking for years. And then this thing shows up, and I'm like, that has to be it.
Yeah, no, I get it. And even if it wasn't in here, I want to go in this place.
If only to learn, right?
Yeah, there could be anything in here.
Anything. Is this a gnome thing?
Yeah, maybe this is a gnome thing. I'm just going to assume that everything we have in common is a gnome thing.
I'm with it. Before we go in, Milo's gonna do this thing he often does, where he just like looks over behind his shoulder to make sure nothing's following him.
Oh, that's a good habit to have.
Uh, so Milo, you got to look over your shoulder, make sure there's nothing following you, and well, I don't know how to break this to you, but Mila's right there.
Oh yeah. Hey Mila.
Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry. I guess I can tell you. I have a little bit of paranoia. So before I go into a building or I enter a new location, I just do a check behind me to make sure there isn't like a monster or the law or a person who I don't know super well. But I got so excited to go in with you that I forgot you were behind me, and then I got startled. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I that's honestly that's a smart habit to get into. That way, monsters like you said can't sneak up on you. Smart.
Right,
Mhm.
right. And with the whole blight in the forest thing, it's been on my mind for 3 months, So,
I
um,
can imagine. Yeah.
yeah. Um, I'm gonna go. I'll lead the way on the temple here. Um, if you
Okay.
wouldn't mind covering my back, you seem super capable.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna recast mage armor.
Okay. So the entrance to the temple is smack dab in the center of the side in this clearing. The rest of the temple kind of fades off back into the jungle. As you approach, the entrance is probably about 10 feet by 10 feet, and it is fully engulfed in darkness. Like you cannot look through it at all. And along the lintel of the entrance, carved in the stone there, seems to be some kind of worn but still legible runes that Milo you can easily identify as Kori, the language of the Kalashtar.
Oh, look. So this is the Kalashtar language.
I
So
knew
this
it.
is crazy old then.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was them. But why wouldn't they? I don't understand.
It would explain why it's obsidian, though.
It does. Can you read this?
Uh, I can read Common and Gnomish. No, I'm not as familiar with ancient languages, but I can recognize it.
Also, as you've seen it a few times around the Bellwood.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like it's pretty prevalent in the woods themselves. Maybe the Bellwoods used to be home to the Kalashtar.
Yeah. Okay, give me just a minute.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm going to root around in my pocket and I'm going to pull out a little bit of soot and a little bit of salt. I'm going to mix them together on my hands and just sort of like blow them on the inscription. And I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages.
Hell yeah. Sucker.
All right. It reads, "Let those who come enter in blind, and remember from whence we came."
So I think it's like a puzzle, like a
Oh,
like a warning, but also like probably the people who were here before understood what it meant. You know how sometimes when people have like weird like religious practices where they make like a certain symbol every time they walk into a building or something?
sure.
I get the feeling that this is something like that. It says that we should enter in blind and remember where it came from. I don't.
Huh. Enter in blind.
I,
Maybe it means have an open mind, don't expect anything.
yeah, maybe because like we can't really see in. Maybe it just means like trust the process and just haha walk in.
Sure. Well, I was going to just have a little firebolt in my hand while we walked through this thing, but now I'm thinking we shouldn't do that.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe we just kind of walk in, trust that we won't die,
Trust the process.
trust the process.
So you walk in.
We walk in. Sorry, I was trying to read if I had an elixir for this, but I don't.
Yeah.
So you step forward through the entryway, entering into the absolute darkness. Entering here, you can't see anything at all. You can't even see your hand in front of your face with how dark it is.
Even with dark vision?
Even with dark vision.
Sick. Okay, we're definitely blind.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna put out my arm. Is Milo still in front of me?
Yeah, I'm still in front of you. I reach my hand back as well. I'm trying to like find your fingers.
Both of you roll me a d20.
Oh no.
Any particular
Nope.
just a straight
Just
20?
a straight d20.
I got a 4.
I almost got a 16 and then it rolled onto a 6.
All right. So you both start reaching for the other. Mila, you find Milo. You find his butt though.
What would she have got with a higher number? She was a 4.
I'm gonna reach
Milo,
out.
you find Mila and you nearly poke her in the eye.
Whoa! So like,
Oh.
I feel it like hit me that I like jam my hand up and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't
It's
see
okay. It's
I
okay.
couldn't see.
It's so dark.
And after
It's
about
so
10
dark.
feet of going forward, you exit the darkness.
I'm like blinking, trying to adjust. Like, oh my,
I'm like
wow.
squinting. Oh god, you cut me like right in the pupil.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can. I didn't hurt her, right? I can't like do healing anything. Okay. Okay. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Hold on. And I just like reach into my bag and I get, fuck you. It's an eye solve. And I'm just like, I like just like squirt some in her hand. Like, rub that on there.
Oh, okay. This stuff kind of smells weird.
Yeah. It's made from certain earthy things. Let's just say, but it will soothe your eye.
It already feels a lot better. It has this like cooling sensation.
Yeah. It's peppermint.
Oh, that's so smart. Oh my
Right?
god.
It's things you pick up in the woods.
Also, I'm really sad that I'm not sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sad. I mean, I am sad. I didn't mean to grab your butt.
It's okay. We couldn't see anything. It's okay. We were misgauging stuff. I wasn't upset about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I mean, like, not in a weird way. Just I didn't mind. If that makes it was that.
Yeah, it was an
So
accident.
this
I totally
wall.
will never grab your butt again unless you want me to. I don't want to do that. No. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I think going is a good idea.
All right, so you enter a long hallway that gently slopes downwards, and as you pass out of the darkness, the orb of darkness fell. The walls torches on the walls of this hallway flicker to life with a very steady red light.
Red usually means good stuff, right?
Yeah, and usually it's lit for. Now, here's a question for you: who lit the torches? I wonder if it's magic. I wonder if it's. No, it couldn't be.
I'm gonna go over to the torches and like put my hand near it. Is there heat actually radiating from them?
Nope.
That's odd. That's very odd. So this isn't. So it's a torch. Is it? It's like a thing emitting light on its own.
Like a light spell that never goes out.
Yeah. Interesting. But that does give me hope for the permanence of magic in here.
That is a. We should probably.
Take one.
Can we? Do they come off the wall?
Make me. I guess there's not thievery or sleight. There's sleight of hand.
Yeah, there's sleight of hand.
We can work with that.
Do me a sleight of hand check. See if you break one off the wall.
14.
Oh man. 27.
Jesus.
Has anybody figured out what Mila's multi-classed with yet?
I'm going rogue.
I'll say I've almost said it several times, and I've been trying not to. So it's really showing the sheet, so I knew that already.
Like something with a high dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
And expertise.
So between the two of you, like prying at it, like kind of looking it over and prying and poking and pulling out a little bit, eventually you are able to wiggle it loose from where it's attached to the wall. And the moment it is taken off the wall, it goes out.
Huh.
Oh,
Interesting.
that is interesting. Well, we definitely need something to have light on when we do this.
Wait, let me just check something. I'm going to, on the ground just directly in front of us, cast minor illusion. And I'm just gonna make it look like a little, like, I don't know, like a little sunflower that grows. Does the minor illusion work?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, good. So magic does work here. That's good.
That is good. I keep thinking I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire, and then I read Fairy Fire again, and it doesn't do what I think it does. This is not the spell that I'm looking for.
This is not the spell that you're looking for.
Well, it was just the one that you guys pulled off the wall, the one that went out. There's
Right, but
still others are
there's,
still on.
there's it's like a big wall full of them, right, going down the corridor.
Yep, lining both sides of the corridor. The corridor itself is I was gonna say is about 15 feet wide, and it goes down for about 60 feet before you can just barely make out where it seems to dead end and then split off to the left and the right.
Okay, so I guess we just follow this path until we can't anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay, but something's up with these walls.
Yeah, I have this piece of chalk. We could draw like a line on the wall
That's a great
so that
idea.
we don't get lost.
Yeah.
All right, so Mila is walking along the wall. Milo, are you walking along in the middle or other wall?
Yeah, I'm just kind of in the front of the line here. So Mila's behind me, chalking the wall, and I'm just like keeping an eye on the torches, just trying to figure out where we're supposed to be going.
Sure. Would you two mind rolling any perception checks?
God, no. No, I don't want to do that. Just kidding, I do want to do that. That's a dirty 20.
Oh, because I got a 5. I'm very interested in the line that I'm drawing and not paying attention to what's
Just
happening.
very, like,
Yeah.
gotta keep it
I'm
straight.
trying to keep it very straight. It's the straightest line you've ever seen.
At what cost?
So, about 20 feet down the corridor, Milo, you notice there's something a little odd about the floor panel in the middle of the hallway at that point.
The what? I'm so sorry, the what in the middle of the hallway?
The floor panel.
Floor panel, thank you.
Huh. And you stop Mila and you kind of crouch down. You start really like looking down a bit deeper, and it's like, and then you realize this is a fake floor in this 1 5x5 square. And you lift your low malicious and you just pound on it a little bit, and it falls open, revealing a pit. It goes down about 10 feet before landing on what seem to be very sharp spikes.
Mila, don't walk here.
Oh, okay.
You see where I'm at?
Yes.
Like one tile ahead of me. Go around.
Well, that was in the middle of the corridor.
Oh, so like the whole.
So like
So
the
they-
corridor is 15 feet wide. It's like about 20 feet
Got
down in
it.
the
Okay,
middle.
I'm
5
so
feet
sorry.
spot.
I was
You're safe, but
imagining a very different sized hole.
no.
So this is straight up like a you can't go any further situation.
No. No.
It's like one tile in the floor. Do you think there are more tiles like down there that do the same thing that drop us into pits?
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
How did you recognize that one? Can we do that to make sure we don't fall into the other ones?
Right. That's so I was walking down this one, and I've gotten pretty good at figuring out what parts of floors look odd or weak or different,
That's a good skill. Yeah.
given my spoon experience.
Yeah, that
And then
would
I
make
just
sense.
I saw this one, and I just was like, boop, just a little poke, and then this happened. So yeah, I'll have to keep my eyes open for more weak-looking floor panels.
That's good.
Is there something that I can roll to like map this out, like get the minefield map, if you will?
You can do another perception check as you guys kind of keep making your way further down.
Jesus, not perception. Nat 20, whatever.
9. You found my weakness, which unfortunately is perception.
My eyes. So what I do is I see Mila with the chalk, and I just kind of like tap her shoulder to get her attention. And I go, I think I've got it, but hold my hand and step exactly like I do.
Yeah, okay. But the chalk. The line.
I cast Mage Hand.
Oh, that's genius.
I'll have this do that. I just want you to be safe.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's so smart. You're so smart.
Thanks, you're great. So I escort her and dance around the would-be punji pits.
Yeah, so sure enough, after that first one comes across in the middle of the corridor, The next one would have been right in front of the line you guys were walking in. So you're able to
Oh,
kind of escort her diagonally around it. And from there, it seems like it just alternates between one in the middle, two on the sides, one in the middle, two on the sides, one in the middle, two on the sides, the entire rest of the way down this corridor.
it's a pattern.
They weren't very creative.
Well, they were 2,000 years ago. I don't think they had invented puzzles yet.
That's fair. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
And you only got the entire corridor because you rolled a natural 20.
I'm pretty good at floors.
At the end of this corridor, the dead ends and then splits off to the left and the right. Each side is once again blocked by what seems to be solid, impenetrable darkness. So you can't see what either corridor leads down. In the center, between where it splits, there is a fresco like carved into the stone of what seems to be a massive city with high towers and trees and bridges crossing from building to building. And there are more quarry writings.
Comprehend languages lasts an hour. Has it been an hour? Can I read
Well, if
this?
it's been like maybe 20 minutes.
Perfect.
Solid.
I'm gonna read it then.
Cool. It reads, actually, hold on a second. This is more fun.
I don't like that.
I don't know what shadiness you're doing.
He's like,
Check.
Okay.
You can read it.
oh,
It says, prosperity was ours. Our gods walked among us, keeping us safe and blessing us. So while I'm reading that, I'm looking at the architecture.
Mhm.
Does this look like anything that currently exists on Vela?
Nope, it does not.
It sounds like they're talking about the Age of Splendor, but this doesn't look like anywhere here.
were the Kalistar even here for the Age of Splendor?
I don't know. It goes on, it says, we ruled our hub and traveled the stars. At the right hand of our gods, we kept the truths and safety of our people and our homes. At the left hand of our gods, we waged war to protect and defend our homes.
Interesting. Well,
I,
it seems that this piece of history is directing us which way to go.
yeah.
So left, war,
And
the right,
truth and
homes.
safety? Yeah.
Truth and safety sounds good to me.
I mean that sounds right.
Walked with our gods is really throwing me.
Yeah, can I look at the gods that are depicted there? Do any of them look familiar?
Nope.
Oh, just a straight up no, huh?
These don't even look like the deities associated with here.
Stranger and stranger. They mentioned something about the stars.
Traveling. Like,
Traveling the stars.
how would you even do that?
I don't know. But when we were researching the blight, the five of us in the woods, we came to the conclusion that the blight came from the stars. Because it wasn't made of anything on Earth. Or on Bella.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. So you're saying that the Blight and maybe the Kalistar, all of them came from somewhere else?
They might not be Terra beings, they might be celestials.
You know, that's interesting because the Kalistar have a story that they tell about them and their tree and how they're not from here, that their god brought them. It's something, I don't know, they tell it.
And their tree?
And their tree, yeah. That's the tree.
You mean like
they say that
that
the tree's
tree?
going to take them home or something. I don't know, I don't.
That, so, just so I'm clear, we find this in the woods that the Kalistar built, talking about exploring the stars, and they also have a story about a tree that will return them to the stars. And there was a big important tree in the Bell Woods that we destroyed.
I don't think you destroyed it. It kind of sounds like it was being destroyed.
Something
already.
was messing with it, for sure.
I mean, it's not like you like blew it up or anything, right? It didn't like.
Did the blight take out the Calistar?
No, the Kalish stars still exist.
I mean, here.
I.
These ancient ones.
Oh. Maybe? I don't know.
Something smells rotten in this temple.
I mean, everything in this forest has smelled rotten since we left.
No kidding.
It's gross.
Literally and metaphorically.
All right.
Well, I think if we're to take the slab at its value, it sounds like the right is the safe way to go.
I think you're right. Let's go. And she just instinctively takes his hand and walks into the darkness.
He does not resist.
So, just like entering into the temple, this darkness again, it only lasts for about 10 feet before you find yourselves in another hallway. This one, once you exit the darkness, it is illuminated by torches similar to what you saw in the first quarter, only this time they are glowing a blue light.
And that looks familiar. That's what my fairy fire does. It glows blue.
Blue? Oh.
Yeah, this hall is only about 5 feet wide, and it only goes forward 15 feet before it ends in what seems to be some kind of altar with a statue of a man with his hands held out in front of him, palm up. And on top of the altar are 9 coins.
9 coins?
Uh-huh.
Tight squeeze.
And written upon the altar is, again, pretty much anything that's written here is going to be in Kaori, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Written on the altar is, "In my hands, I judge the value of all wealth, raising up whichever is greater. One of these coins is a deception. Find it using only 2 judgments and advance forward."
Straightforward. Gotta find a fake coin.
Using only 2 judgments. What does that mean?
Did you say 2 or true, Kay?
2.
Isn't the number? Okay. 2 judgments.
Does that mean we only get 2 chances?
That's what I'm thinking.
And there's 9.
One for each of us.
I hope so, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that forgiving.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
Let me look here.
I'm
like ruffling through my bag right now.
going to. I'm going to pick up one of the coins. First of all, I want to look at the coins. Do they all look different or do they all look the same?
Roll me investigation.
21.
They all
Nice.
look identical.
Nice.
When you pick them all up, they also all feel like they're the same weight.
Well, at least we know we can remove them.
I have an idea, but it would be the hard way.
I'm all ears.
So, I have a spell, and it's I can like touch a magical object, and I can understand its properties and what it is and what it does.
That's brilliant. Wait, do I have?
Do you have
Do
you have identify?
No, I don't have identify.
Okay, so I can do this, but there's 9 of them, and I can only. So if I can't do it 9 times, or if I did do it 9 times, I would not be able to do like anything else today. So if we can find a way to narrow it down to a couple, and then maybe I could do this, and maybe one of the coins would be different, and I would know that it's wrong.
I might have a tool for this. I'm going to kind of right tool for the job this ish. So I know that we said that they all kind of look alike. But I am going to. Oh, what tools do you have, Milo? What helps me here? Come on, home slice. Yeah, let's jerry rig it this way. I'd like to use my tinker's tools to see if I can very lightly, like in a way to respect the objects, but to see if they respond, if any of them respond differently to it.
You what? The Tinker Tools?
Yeah, with my tinker's tool. So I'm kind of like gonna archaeology this a little bit to see like what responds to my tool. Like, are they all gonna not break? Are they going to chip a little bit? Are they gonna make a different sound? Things like that.
Roll me investigation.
Investigation. So with the right tool for the job, I'm going to produce the exact tool that I need. I can magically create one set of artisan's tools in an unoccupied space, which I am doing. Can you go inside to start long rest? Which I did, and I get. What the fuck do I get? I get proficiency bonus is now double for any ability check that I make. So whatever I roll with this proficiency, with this check, is doubled. What am I rolling again?
Investigation.
Thank you. What a good choice. 24.
Well, so you poke, you prod, you scrape, you weigh, you measure, you do everything you can possibly think to do with these coins to see if you can figure out which one is fake. And every test you perform indicates these are all the exact same coins.
Yes. Nothing makes sense. They all respond the same way. They all act the same way. Scientifically, I would say they're all the same coin. So which one's the deception? And they all look alike, right? There's not like a different guy on one making a face or something.
Nope.
The fake one. I'm just like combing through my everything here. Like, come on, there's gotta be something in here.
Would you like to roll intelligence checks for hints? Or hint?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Okay. Here we go. I got good intelligence. Oh, motherfucker, but I'm gonna roll 14. Hey, Mila,
Mm-hmm.
you're a student of history, right?
Yes.
I'm not gonna grab her head for like emphasis here. Like, I need you to think as hard as you can. Use that big brain of yours. Anything you can think of with the history of coins and the Kalistar. I'm essentially prompting her to make a roll, and I'm gonna give her flash of genius.
Okay.
So any roll she makes, I'm giving her my intelligence modifier, which is +5.
Okay. I am going to use my knowledge of numismatics here.
Hey, big word o'clock, baby.
That means that I actually know what I'm talking about. And I am going to make a roll when so it's Mila. I'm going to pull out, I have a jeweler's tools, and I'm going to put on one of those like little kaleidoscopy looking monocle things and start like really looking at every coin, and I'm looking for anything and all the knowledge I have of the coins that have been used throughout the millennia in the Bellwood.
Yeah, let's go.
So does Flash of Genius let her use your intelligence modifier on top of yours or in place of hers?
On top of.
Don't roll that intelligence with the extra +5 from Milo.
Just intelligence, or can I use history?
Nope, still doing just intelligence for the clue.
Cheating.
I was saying do advantage as well.
All right. So wait, it's 18 plus 5. It's 23 plus 5 is 28.
Dope. You're examining this. You're looking it over. You're coming to the same conclusion of Milo that these coins are all the same thing. There's no way to just tell it by looking at them. And then something tickles in the back of your brain, Mila. Something you heard once long ago about a riddle similar to this of there's so many objects and one of them is fake. How do you determine which ones they are? And someone explained to you if you divide them into a certain number of groups, depending on how many there are, and then, for example, 3 groups, And then you no, sorry, you divide it into two groups that are going to be uneven.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Because we have 9.
yes, and then you place those in the hands. One side is going to lift up higher than the other side because one side will have the fake item. And then you take whatever is left on that other side and you return that. Then you take that one side, split it into two groups, and put them on the hands again. And whichever side lifts will
Yeah.
also then
Yes.
have one of the fake items. One of the fake items, so you've narrowed it down.
Yes, but we only have 2 chances, right? Isn't that what he said? 2 chances?
2 natural chances.
Oh, sorry, I was supposed to straight up give you the entire answer for your 28 instead of explaining half the puzzle.
Okay. I have an idea. But the idea only narrows it down about 50%.
Okay.
Okay. So if we divide the coins in 2 groups, put them in blah 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 one blah, blah, we'll know either
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them. One of these 2 groups will have the fake coin. But then we only have one more chance after that, so then we need to figure out which group which one was bad.
Right. And we don't know what reaction is the bad reaction.
And
We can probably do this with 2 weighings. I'm just like trying to like rack my brain. I know I've seen this puzzle somewhere.
At what point should I be nice? Just give a solution.
No, it's
wait,
cool.
no,
I can
no,
figure
no,
this
wait,
out.
wait.
Hold on.
Wait, no.
We're playing Dungeons and fucking Dragons, okay? Okay. So, I'm just gonna talk until it comes back to me, and I'm like 75% sure I've heard of this somewhere. So just bear with me here. Okay. I think what we need to do is put it into 3 groups.
Okay.
Yeah? You follow me? So since we only get 2 tries, we have to eliminate one of the groups.
That's genius.
Right?
Yes.
So if we do like 1, 2, 3, and like 4, 5, 6, we put it on there. Whichever side has the heavier side has the fake coin.
And if they're the same, we know it's the 3rd group.
Right.
Yes. Genius.
And then we use our second try and eliminate everything.
On the 3rd group.
Yes.
Genius.
We put. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, I got you. This makes sense.
Okay.
We got
Here
it.
we go. Kay's looking at me like close. I don't know.
I hate the face he's making right now. Okay, 1,
Right.
2, 3 is in one hand. 4, 5, 6 is in the other hand. 7, 8, 9 is in Milo's other hand.
Yeah, I'm holding him.
So
Yeah.
you place the coins that you are labeling 1, 2, 3, and then in one hand, and 4, 5, 6 in the other hand, and nothing happens. Or sorry, I guess technically both hands would rise up, but
But
So it balances.
yes, it's balanced.
Okay, so the fake coin's in my hand.
Okay. So we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna just put them off to the side. These
Yeah.
are no longer part of the puzzle. Okay. So we put 7 in one hand and 8 and 9 in the other. Right?
Yes. Yes. Oh boy.
So you put 7 in one hand and 8, 9 in the other.
Yes.
Dope. The 8 and 9 side rises, indicating that one of them is the fake coin.
Come on, man.
A voice booms out from the altar. Identify the fake.
Not a problem. Take 7 off, and then I'm gonna take 8 and 9 in my hands, and I'm gonna be like, hold this for 1 second. And I'm gonna give you 8, and I'm gonna take 9, and I'm gonna cast Identify on it.
You did say identify
You
the
did.
fake.
You did say it. So now I'm going to learn this object. Is it magic? And I'm going to learn all the properties about it. Blah 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 blah.
What we probably should have done is held one of the coins instead of doing two on one and one on the other.
We probably should have, yes.
Yeah, instead of the three thing again. So now we're just making a guess in the dark. Identify it was nothing.
Nope. I want to give it to you. Mila has 9, right?
Yes, I have 9.
Mila has 9. Yeah,
It's a real coin.
You're such an asshole.
Okay. So Mila's gonna tell me it's a real coin that she has in her hand, right?
This is a real coin. Yep, that's what I have.
And I'm holding 8.
You're holding 8. Yep.
So I go up and I plop. Wait, hold on. I have to remember this at the beginning. I have to put 8 on the scale, right?
You just have to identify which one.
Okay, so I go. The fake is 8.
And as you hold that coin up, Milo, the altar, with a loud, audible groaning sound of rock on rock, it sinks into the floor and reveals a staircase descending deeper under the ground.
Oh my god. Oh boy.
We did it. Easy.
Easy. Yeah, it only took a lot of magic and our tools and doing it like 50% right, and then okay, I'm just glad it's over.
It was fine. We did so fine.
We're cool. Everything's good.
The proper solution was to then that last group of 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As soon as the other one went up, I was like, what could we have done differently? Then I was like, the same thing you did the first time around.
Yeah.
God dang.
Yep. I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, well, it's already happened. Too late.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those like god puzzles from India or something. I cannot. It sounds so familiar, and I just could not like keep the solution in my head. Okay, well, shall we go down the stairs?
Let's go.
Sorry, kids. Gonna have to cut it there. Thank you so much for listening to this special collaboration episode of Slay the Stars. We're incredibly lucky to have Kay and Grant joining us for this project. Speaking of Grant, if you haven't checked out his show, Game Master Monday, you are missing out. They play a new game in a new system every episode, and it is genius! Without further ado, here's a promo ad for their show, followed by an ad for another collaboration between Leah and Grant. Bella's Comet. Come back in 2 weeks for part 2 of Milo and Mila. You'll never guess how this one ends.
At last, I have reached the tallest peak in all the world, where the wisest person lives. Finally, I'll get the answers I seek.
Welcome. I am the wisest person in the world. Ask me your question.
What is my purpose in life? What should I be doing to achieve pure happiness?
You must stream Game Master Monday.
Come again.
Game Master Monday, the bi-weekly podcast that plays a new one-shot in a new system in a new setting with a new cast every episode. Listening to their funny jokes and wild stories is the only path to happiness, my child.
Sick! I'm going to go home and binge the whole thing right now.
What a nice kid. Oh dear, he fell off the mountain. Now they'll never know how good Game Master Monday is.
Some stories are epic tales for the ages, hours of content, sprawling narratives that pull you in and consume years of your life.
This isn't one of those stories.
Join the creators of Game Master Monday and Slay the Stars with a special guest from Lost Guide Games as they take you on a journey of hope and desperation.
Using the Arc Doom TTRPG system, Bella's Comet is nothing like you've experienced so far.
Because there's a twist.
And the clock is ticking.
Episode 1 of Bella's Comet releases on October 4th. Listen in on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Intro music by Isaac Vyers. Character designs by Cam Gonzalez. Produced by Leah Hemrick. Graphics designer Jen Kearney. And audio engineer Arthur Polino.